Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And on today's video I'm gonna be coming back to work on my frame of my truck. I'm gonna be washing it, scrubbing it off and painting it all over again. Not because it got rusted all over again, but because sometimes I don't know why I keep doing stuff that maybe I should just leave it alone. So approximately 2 years ago I already worked on my frame. I washed it multiple times, I scrubbed it off, I sand it off, and then I painted. I used this product RP 342 black and it worked great. I did a 1-year video review and today you may consider it's a 2-year video review. It really worked great on the frame and everything. The rust pretty much, it's almost not there. I mean, in a few spots where I didn't wash it or sand it off too well, the rust kind of maybe came back. And one of the reasons why I want to redo it, because after you apply this, it leaves kind of not a sticky surface, but the paint really absorbs the dirt. And as you can see over here, I wash it. I used power pressure washer, but still you really need to scrub it all off, and I don't know that I like that. So I want to do it all over again and use a regular paint. Like over here I use regular paint and this stays clearer, much better. It's easier to wash it off. It's starting to rain when I wanted to record a video. So this time around I'm thinking to use this Rust-Oleum rust reformer. For the most part I don't have that much rust anyways, but I think this is gonna be a good starting point. As you can see, I got 3 cans of it. I hope it's gonna be enough to paint the frame. Maybe I should went with 4 cans, but I can always get extra. And then on top of that I'm gonna use this black. It's also paint and primer all in one. So I'm gonna paint. So first of all I'm gonna wash it, gonna try to wash it real good. Then I'm gonna scrape off whatever rust I can find, and then I'm gonna paint with this. It's gonna be probably a multiple day procedure. Gonna take me a few days to do it all because I gotta paint it, sand it off, dry it, wash it off, paint, dry it again, and then we can paint it. But it's something to be done. So hopefully after I do all of this, whenever I go off-roading and I come back, I just wash it with a power wash, and it should not be like that. It should not be all like greasy. All my friends keep bugging me, wash your truck, wash your truck. I do wash it, it just doesn't come off that easily. So that's the only downside of that paint I used before. So hopefully we'll see how this is gonna work out. So as of now I'm gonna lift up the truck, take off the tires so it's higher up in the air. I could crawl in there better, and then spend some time washing it and cleaning it, getting ready for paint. Then I'm gonna wrap off all the parts that I don't wanna paint, and that should be better. That should be it. And like this, for example, as you can see, this is painted with just a regular paint. These control arms that I made, they are painted just with this paint, and after I wash them they come off pretty clean. But all of this is so tacky, it just stays in there. Alright guys, now that the tire's out, we have a better view over here. As you can see, it's all dirty. And the problem is, it's not that it's dirty and I don't wash it. I wash it, it doesn't come off that easily. So that's what we're gonna try to address today, or in the next few days. Gonna try to power wash it, scrub it all off, and yeah, gonna paint it all over again. Oh, I spent so much time already around the truck and under the truck, scraping it all off. It's coming off little by little, but it's a lot of work. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Maybe I'm not doing something right, as always. So anyways, gonna continue washing it, cleaning it around the truck, everywhere. Like I said, on the sides and under. Over here it came out not too bad. So, but still I have to clean all of this, and over here. Then gonna let it all dry, clean it up wherever I have some rust, and gonna paint it. So now I'm trying to sand it off as much as I can. It's not gonna be I'm not gonna be able to sand off a lot, because a lot of spots like next to the brake lines and stuff like that, I don't even want to touch it. I'm probably just gonna try to wash it more and paint it over. But the frame, trying to sand off over there and over here. Gonna wash it one more time, let it dry, and gonna start painting it. I got no choice. Right guys, everything is dry, everything is ready and there needs to be painted. So gonna start working and paint it with the Rust-Oleum rust reformer first. I actually got more paint. I got 4 cans of Rust-Oleum rust reformer, and I picked up, I have in total of 3 cans of gloss black, all in one. I might pick up one more can, but that's gonna be all the way at the end anyway, so if I see that I'm running out, I'm gonna pick up more. Also, of course, gotta make sure to wear eye protection. I'm also gonna wear this. This is the same mask I used 2 years ago. I still have it. Of course, the gloves. I'm gonna put a long sleeve on, and of course, better off having a mask as well. Now just gonna shake off the can real well and gonna start painting. I'm not gonna record that because I don't want any paint overspray to get on the camera, but as I go, I'm gonna show you guys how's it all looking. Of course, it's not the best. I try to clean as much as I can, get as much as I can rust out and everything, but I mean, it's still gonna be better than before, so that's where I'm gonna be working on with now. So gonna be painting and painting. Probably gonna have enough time to paint 2 coats today and then another coat tomorrow, and then I'm gonna start working and painting with a few coats of this paint. So in total it might be between 5 and 6 coats of paint. I think it should cover up all the dirt or the rust, but yep, let's see how this all gonna turn out. Much later. All right guys, and Rust-Oleum rust reformer is done. I ran through all 4 cans like nothing. So basically what I did the first coat, very light coat, but the second coat I made it a little bit heavy, so that's gonna be all. That's all of it. So in case you guys want to put more coats, in case you guys want to use more paint, you gotta get more than 4 cans of paint. But the frame and everything that I can paint, I painted for the most part. And I think it's not too bad. I mean, it's probably paint drips somewhere, but it's alright. I think it came out not too bad. So now I'm gonna let it dry probably until tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'm gonna paint it with my top coat and maybe 2 coats as well, and that will be it. Alright guys, the Rust-Oleum rust reformer is all dry, so now it's the time to paint it with a top coat, which I'm gonna use this one. It's a gloss black. Hopefully it's not gonna be too shiny, but it should be alright. So once again, I'm all covered up with gloves, the mask, the glasses, and it's a little bit hot, but it is what it is. So gonna start painting it all off. Gonna shake it really well, and then we're gonna see how it's gonna be the end result. Hopefully it's gonna be much better than before. Alright, and the first coat, light coat, is done. I basically was able to get everything done with 1 can, the whole frame pretty much everywhere. Now gonna let it dry for a little bit, and then gonna hit it with a bit heavier coat. Maybe gonna end up using 2 cans in total. So yeah, maybe the lining is not the best over here, but I think it's coming out not too bad. It's not too shiny, it's not too... maybe it's a little bit too shiny, but should be right. Alright guys, and everything is painted. So now I'm gonna let it dry until it dries. And then it's gonna be a time to start assembling everything back together. Putting all the wires back in place, all the stuff that I disconnected, removing all the bags, putting tires and skid plates and whatnot. But I think it came out pretty good. Might not be perfect, but I think it's pretty good. Alright guys, and everything's painted. I tried to paint the axle all over again, the frame underneath as much as I can. I cleaned up as much as I can and painted over here, and of course over here, on both sides of course. Tried to paint the frame over there. Hopefully I got everything and everything here. So now I'm just gonna let it dry. Alright, so now I'm putting everything underneath all the skid plates back. I just wanted to give you guys a view from underneath. There's a rear axle that I painted as well. I didn't do anything with the shaft, because honestly I ran out of Rust-Oleum paint, and I figured it's alright. But the important part, the frame, is painted for the most part. I even painted sleeve with the transmission pan and the oil pan. But yeah, I think it came out alright. So while working on everything and I had everything off, I also modified my rear differential skid plate, because that brace over here, the way I had it, actually I modified it before I added a metal angle so it wraps around the differential, but it still moved and bent, I think, when I was in East Coast Xterra challenge. So I added another angle and put a long bolt through it. This might be not the best option, but I think this is high enough, it's not gonna get in a way. I could have welded from over there, but then again, this is, I think it's fine. So now it wraps all the way around, it's not gonna move. So because what happened, I think I hit a rock and it moved down, so it kind of ripped that off. So but now it's not good, it should not move. So that's much better now. But other than that, all the skid plates are back. I also modified my engine skid plate. I cut up a hole here and here and welded the plates under. That way it's not gonna hit my front differential, because that's what I was getting, the noise, hitting noise over there. Okay guys, and the final touch of this upgrade, I got my old shocks over here and I painted the springs red, because the temporary were just the temporary ones. And since I figured out there's nothing wrong with my shocks, I'm gonna keep them, but I painted the springs. I think that came out much better. It looks so much better now. So this side, that's how the temporary one looks, but this is how it's gonna look with the new ones. Nice. And alright guys, few days and many hours of work, this project is done. The frame is all cleaned up and painted all over again with a new paint. Not really because the other one was giving rust or anything, I don't know, it was too tacky, it was too sticky, so I wanted to try something different, so I figured I'm gonna try this new paint. And as a bonus, I painted my shocks as well, so now I have a red springs on my shocks. I think it looks much better. Hopefully it's not gonna peel off with the first drive. But I use primer first, and then I use a high professional paint, I think that's what it calls. But anyways, this is all done. Everything looks nice and clean, at least for now. I don't know how long it's gonna stay like that, but we'll see. Of course, as always, I'm gonna try to wash it, clean it after every off-roading, but only time will show. So yeah guys, another project is done, and hopefully this is gonna last a long time. Hopefully it's gonna prolong the life of the frame and of the truck, gonna keep the rust out. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.